and welcome to another exciting episode of the Culture Podcast. As always, my name is Farida, and today, unfortunately or fortunately, Fred isn't around, but we have another handsome guy to fill in his shoes. He's called.
My name is Fad Abubakar and everyone calls me Kinesco.
It's when somebody says everyone calls me, then you know that something is under there. But today we are going to unravel that, right?
That's fine.
Yeah. Today we are going to talk about something very peculiar or interesting to me because it's something that I've experienced, and I feel like we barely talk about it, but
Right.
like yeah, today we are going to dissect it and go into the conversation, and we are talking about cyberbullying. But I want to start from like real life bullying before we go into cyberbullying. Have you ever experienced bullying in your life?
Wow. Yes, of course. And I'll first say thanks for having me on your
You're
show.
welcome.
Yes, coming from a community where everyone thinks it's a violent community, quotes in quotes.
You know?
Yes, because I'm a typical Zungu boy from Mamobi Kaukudi. And yes, the question you asked me if I've been bullied before in person, yes, I think so. Even though I shouldn't even say I think, but it's a reality. Because, coming from those communities, there are things that you even try to stay off, but they come to you.
Yeah.
So, in the sense that maybe your mom sends you out to buy maybe charcoal for food, and you go out there, and there is this big guy in the community
You know.
that sees you with the money and be like, "Where are you going? Who have sent you? Bring the money." Sometimes they take up the money, or sometimes even whatever that you have been sent with, supposing it's a foodstuff or something, they try to take it away from you. You are not strong enough to fight them, so you'd have to go back to their house crying to go and call your big brothers and stuff. So
Yeah.
yes, you know.
Do you think where we belong actually plays a role in the bullying or something? Because, like you said, you're from a Zongo community, so maybe obviously when you go out, people are just like, this boy said he's Muslims. Muslims are rude, so let me just be rude to him to show that
Yeah.
I can be rude too. Do you think that plays a role in whatever goes on?
Yes, it plays part of the role, but I think with the bigger part of it has to do with people think they are when we talk about size, they think they are more than you. So they use that aspect of the size to bully you. Because you are not that physical or that tough to stand them. But when you talk about playing the role of people thinking you are a Muslim and they would have to do same to you, I don't think Muslims are violent. What people interpret or misinterpret is that we don't want to be bullied. In the other sense, I can put it this way in a local language.
Yeah, we don't want to be cheated.
You understand?
Yeah.
We want it to be fair. But once you do it like that you cheat us and we get to understand that this is what you are doing, so we overreact. So I think that's where people
Sorry
get
to
it
catch you,
wrong.
but I don't even think we overreact. I just think we give the same energy,
Right.
and it's like, where are you from? Why do you
Sure.
want to come and talk back or something?
You understand?
And I remember having a conversation with another friend. He's a Christian, and he was like, "Yeah, you Muslims are very violent. That's how Boko Haram will come and do Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, crying."
Wow.
Do you think? And I'm not even. I feel like maybe he said it in a funny way, but like it's actually serious because if you think that about every Muslim, then why are you even friends with me in the first
You
place? You think that
understand?
I will also come and do you Allah Akbar trying.
You
Then it
understand?
means that if some, and one guy was trying to explain to him that even people are extremists, so even though they claim they are Muslims,
Right.
Islam doesn't preach that.
Not at
Islam
all.
doesn't ask us to be violent.
Not at
Islam doesn't. In fact, Islam is a very peaceful, religion that
Absolutely.
they say if someone steps on your toes, don't retaliate.
Not at all.
If you can't retaliate the exact way the person did, don't at all. Don't even try. So this notion about you are from this particular side, you're from this, even not even about religion. Sometimes your tribe.
Sure.
Sometimes just where you are brought up in, even if you are a Christian and you go to a place where they are not conforming to whatever you go on, then they'll be like, nah, you don't belong here. Have you ever experienced this in school? Because school is very cosmopolitan.
Yes. With school being that cosmopolitan environment or community, you'd have to first think about tolerance. Because I think even in your submission you made mention about how we place ourselves in the Muslim community or even in Islam. Islam teaches us to be tolerant. Even our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us how to even live together with the non-Muslims. Because there's a time that he lived very well with them. He had traits with them, all sort of a thing. So here is the case that if you are in a cosmopolitan area or an environment in school, there has to be tolerance. First thing, you have to think about tolerance. Because if you don't tolerate, the teacher that is coming to class to teach you, it's either a Muslim or a Christian. And in that aspect, you are only going for the lectures. You don't look at the figure or the human being standing in front of you to give you that knowledge.
Okay, so that's what you did in school.
Yes.
Do you actually like experience? So did people like come to you direct and say you're Muslim, so you don't have to be here?
Well, there are times they don't come to you in person, but their behavior or some examples or gestures that they give to you, you understand. Because there are times that you go to the canteen when you have to eat, and maybe you come and you be like, okay, don't say abinchi in your local dialect or in Hausa, and everybody tends to look at you like, who is this?
Yeah.
That's a form of a bully, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because the language barrier is there. Because they have that notion, as you said, people think like if they mention your name as a Muslim, you are an extremist and you are going to do otherwise.
Yeah.
You get it. So it comes in many forms or different forms. So
yeah. For me, in school, it was more of I'm older than you. You're not supposed, because most of the time I'm usually the youngest or next to the youngest in class. So it's usually like, you are a small girl, why in our class? Like I feel like they were intimidated by me in a form that like, me, I'm older, you are in the same class as me, so when I'm talking, don't talk. But when I realized it was actually bullying was when I went to SHS, because obviously SHS is like, you are alone. Nobody is there to come and fight for you. So it was more of like, don't talk. Even when we are in the dorm, there's this particular girl. Today, I'm not talking to her because she pisses me off. If I don't want to be in an environment where she is, to be completely honest, because I felt like the bullying was too much. Even when they're having a conversation, she's friends with my close friend. So it's just like, don't talk. When I'm talking, don't talk.
Wow.
When I'm doing something, like she wants to, you know how you do the juniors and you come and say, oh, go and fetch water for me. She wants to do that to me. But me, I will not allow you to do that to me. Yeah, so it's like, you don't respect. Like, you know, that kind of, and she actually tells me that you don't respect. You don't, like, I'm like, I'm in the same class. You can't come and be doing those things to me.
You see, this is what I said earlier. It has to do with tolerance. Honestly, 100%, whether you like it or not.
But me, I know. For me, it wasn't about tolerance.
Not from your side, but from hers. From her side, she has to tolerate it. Because in that environment, you are a student like her. You get it? So whatever that has to happen there, you have an equal share of whatever it does happening there. Supposing all students are to go to dining hall, is she going to tell you that because you are a minor or a junior, you have your seats? No. If you come to the classroom, it's the same thing. Whether you choose to sit in front or you choose to sit at the back, you know. So it depends on where you find yourself, how you are going to relate to people.
But me, I feel like I learned it the tough way, because in JHS, you know, you don't, like, your mind doesn't come on it that this is bullying. Like, you don't know about it.
Yeah.
But when you go to SHS, then everybody's talking about it. Then you're like, this is actually. So after SHS, then I realized that I've been bullied though. Like, I was actually being bullied, but I just didn't take it serious. I should have reported it or something.
Yeah. You know, when we take it back to the educational aspect, if you look at it from this angle, when you were in your primary school, you didn't know what was bullying.
Yeah.
You were thinking like it's just a normal fight between peers and stuff. But in other sense, the bully is there. As in, maybe you even go to canteen and somebody just squash your food away, or maybe somebody, you just seated like this eating, enjoying the food, somebody just buy.
You know that actually happened to me.
You see what I'm saying? You see. So, but when now you've matured from primary to SHS, now the mind has matured. You get to understand.
Let me give you one scenario. I went to school, like I was late. I was going to like a different high school. Then I went to another high school, and that high school, like everybody had started, so they all had their friends and everything. Right. And when I came, I didn't understand tree. I cannot speak tree. So when I went, the girl was being like bullying me. So I thought she was senior. So she was bullying me. I didn't say anything. I didn't react. But time went on, and then she said something. We were having an argument, and she said Kwasiaba.
Wow.
Me too, I did not understand she. So I thought that she was insulting my mother, because Kwasia means fool and Ba means like a child or something. So if you add the two things together, meaning that you're insulting my mother. So I had a long argument with, see the dorm, nobody could contain us. Because I don't understand, if you're insulting me, insult me, that's fine. But don't bring my mom inside. So after incidents, then I feel like this is bullying because I don't understand your language. You're trying to use that to bully me. Because you could have just said that, oh no, Farida, I didn't mean that Kwasiaba was like I'm insulting your mother. But Kwasiaba is Kwasiaba. That's how we insult each other.
Or something.
Maybe I'll not react the way I reacted. So I feel like even language safe, people used to bully you because tell me why you'd act that way. And it was a big thing for me till date. I remember like the dorm, I remember the time, I really remember the dress I was wearing because it stuck in my head.
Yes, these are some of the trauma people go through. You know, because this is a long time or something that has been backdated. If we backdate it, it will be more than 10 years from now.
Did it affect you? Like the way I'm saying that it has stuck in my head. Did it affect you?
Yes, up till now. There are things, you know, there are instances that you sit like this. Even sometimes you are on interviews or maybe you are in school. You have a flashback on things that have happened before in school or maybe in your community. And as I said, from where we are coming from in the Zongo community, I don't think there is a single thing that you go a day forgetting about it. No, because it's a tough place for you to survive.
Yeah.
See, let me tell you something. Being it a tough place, going out to buy something, you'd have to struggle before you.
But Zongo community is just like Muslims, right?
No, it consists of a lot of people.
Yeah, but so why?
Just that the Muslims are majority.
Okay.
You know, the Muslim and trust me.
So the people who picked on you, were they Muslims or they?
Yes, they are Muslims. And you know, one thing is that during that tender age, sometimes we see people. You see, when we talk about even Muslims, let me put it in this context. When you talk about Muslims, somebody can bear a name Farida, but the person is not a practicing Muslim.
Yeah.
You understand? But when somebody can bear a name Emmanuel, but the person is a practicing Muslim.
Yeah.
So here, this is the difference. Whether you are Emmanuel, you are Donko, you are Fad, you are Farida, you are whoever, fine. That's it. That's your name. But as to what you are doing, determines who you are.
Yeah.
You know,
regardless of religion.
Right. So here is the case. Back to what I was saying. You go out to play football. There are times that for me, my dad bought me a football. We have this balloon ball that we used to buy like 7 cities or whatever. You take your football to the field. Are you listening? You take the football to the field. Okay, now the big guys are there because you can't play it alone. Your daddy will even tell you that stay at home, play it at home, don't go here. You sneak and you go to the field with your friends and stuff. Now the big guys come
and they take your ball.
You get it. Do you know the funny thing about it? They are going to give selections to people that will play, and trust me, you with the ball.
Like that Calipo advert.
You understand? you the owner of the football. Trust me, you are going to be at the bench.
This starts from childhood, actually.
Yes.
Bullying starts from childhood and they grow up with
this. And that is what I'm saying. If it gets to the high, it gets to the highest peak of it, because we don't speak at it at home. Who do we go to confide in? Nobody.
Yeah.
You know, because our parents don't talk to us about it. We don't know what is cyberbullying. We don't know what's going on about. Even before internet or technology will emerge, this has been happening back in.
So do you think that is this same people that have been bullying people in real life that have taken it to social media?
Unless you've gone through training or you've reconsidered certain things that now you know that there are sensitive things that if you say to people, they don't like it, they get hurt. Sometimes they don't even come out. They bow their heads down into shame when they see you. They are frightening and stuff. You know, it takes one or two people to sit down and be like, no, what I said to Farida, like Kwasiaba, now Farida is hurt. Anytime that she comes to
the dorm, I'm still hurt. The girl should come and apologize.
All right. You see, so when you come to the dorm and you see her, or even now, when you're working in the market and you by chance you see or you chance on her, it's going to dull your day. Trust me, because you are going to reflect back on what she said. That's the first thing that will come to mind. So the impression you leave on people determines, or should I say, determines how people will view. You get what I'm saying? So right now, I meet Farida. You are a nice person. Hey, Farida. Anytime I see you, I'll think about the first thing you told me. You understand? So these are some of the things.
So do you think that they are the same people who have taken it onto social media?
Some.
So why do you think? Because I feel like it's my page. Like, who dare you to go and say something under my page? And some people like feel like they have the authority and have a say in people's life just because I come and post something on my page.
You know what is happening. Let me tell you what is happening here. You know, we have I'm a communicator. Like, I'm in school, I'm doing communication, you know. So maybe a communicator, I have to know the difference between a professional and non-professional. And when you look at it from this angle, professionals are people in the media landscape area, as in the context of professionals has to do with they write or they report stories or news, but it has to go through editing. You get it? Through censorship to determine what goes in and what goes out there. So that when you put it out there, people that are going to consume your product, as in the news or whatever you are putting out there, wouldn't be hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but with the non-professionals,
like the bloggers.
Yes, that's fine. You know, I'll take it as that. So with the bloggers, who goes through whose page goes through censorship? Nobody. Whose page goes through editing? You do it by yourself. You buy your own data. You are with your phone. You go on to write whatever you want to write. With one click, it's gone. And you know now, excuse me to say, is a reality. Bloggers have more followers, sometimes even more than media houses, because some of the media houses tap into bloggers' stories to get their news. Let me give you a clear example. Supposing now you want to slaughter a chicken or a hen or what have you. After slaughtering it, you go to a fall junction where we have this big or a big wind or air blowing. Now you have to pluck all the feathers away from out from the chicken, right? Are you going to be able to gather those feathers when you are plucking them out from the chicken? No. So this is what happens. You go out there, you put this false or message out there to bully me, Fad or Farida. A lot of people, those are the feathers. A lot of people
come. Fad and Farida, like FNF.
Yes, like... good. So okay, now let me put it in that context. Okay, FNF. So people come to your page, they look at Farida's page. Farida has put in something about Fad. Look at his head, look at his face, look at this and that. People pick from it. You don't know from where. Globally, the whole world. Now, if the corrections are to be made, are you going to come back to get all these people who tapped onto that message before to make that corrections?
That actually makes sense.
You get it? So today, if Farida becomes somebody, you are rolling in your Rolls Royce, a big woman. You understand? So you pop up from a mat. Anybody can pick up their phones. Be like, hey, this is Farida. Then now.
But like, do you have the authority? Because you don't.
That is one thing we don't know. And that's in our jurisdiction, like in our region here in Africa, some parts of Africa though. You know, you can't just pick up a phone and just start videoing somebody and say, no. But it's allowed somehow because somebody feels like this, me, I want to pose and
do you think that is also because people actually pay people to do that to trend? So everybody feels like some people pay for me to do this. So even when I'm doing it for free, like, you should be thankful.
You know, now if you look at it from my perspective, it has to do with the clicks. The clicks as in people think the more they get good impressions, likes, comments, it gives them that leverage to become who they are. You know, they sit on top, whether regardless you like them or not. Nobody cares. So yes, people are being paid or people pay people to do that. You know, because in some parts of the world, trust me, if you pick up your phone in a form of even just texting, like the way we are seated and I'm doing this, and my camera is just showing at you, you have the right to question me, am I videoing you?
Yes.
But here is the case, you go to a mall, thousands of people are holding their phones with whatever that they are doing. You don't know who is videoing you, you don't know.
So I'd like us to talk about something that has been going on social media.
Okay.
There's this popular blogger that was allegedly arrested.
Wow.
And some people have tweeted about it. Someone said it's a known fact that Bongo Ideas was arrested because of the First Lady. This is long overdue. What Bongo is doing is not about freedom of speech, but cyberbullying and spewing of lies, which is criminal offense and must be sued.
Yeah.
Which he has not been sued. And this Ifia Poko, she's a journalist, I think.
Yeah.
She says, they say if an elder allows children to eat a python, when they are looking for the python eaters, he'll be included. We have all looked on and seen how Bongo Ideas has been bullying people from Nanaba Nama to Asamajan.
Yeah.
In a week of celebrating International Women's Day, he attacks the nation's first lady, demeaning her value of conceiving a child. Yeah. Really? Is that all women are used for? Making unfounded allegations about the first lady, and we all think this is okay. Some are even defending this, and that's the problem. I'll come to that. Even in France, Macron is dealing with people for defaming the first lady. In America, defaming and slander are not protected as free speech. People say these things behind backs, but to openly publish defamatory things on social media, causing fear and panic is still an offense in our law.
Sure.
We all need Jesus. That's what she needs to do. And for when this issue about Bongo Ideas being arrested and everything, like people were actually supporting him, saying that why was he arrested? The first lady is using her powers to, arrest him, blah blah blah. How on earth do you think, why would anyone get up and support a bully? Like, why do you think people do? Like, when I think about it, I'm just like, how? It's like someone goes to shoot someone and you are supporting the person.
Yeah.
Why do you think people do that? Do you think they are not loved at home or something?
Let me speak from my perspective first before I dive into a general thing. You see, from my perspective, I think it's all about this social media thing. If you cast your mind back, years back, let's say a decade before, like 10 years back or something, social media was not up there like today. You get it? So how do we know the terrain of freedom of speech? How do we know?
Do you think there should be education on social media about
a big one, and it has to be on a daily basis. Trust me.
But who will listen? These things don't even catch their attention. Someone is doing great things. Someone is teaching. There was this guy on TikTok that was like, he would say fact about this, fact about this, fact about. I don't even see him on social media anymore because the markets don't reach to him because they feel like he's not doing things that the audience wants. But let someone come and do like this man like this. I see people liking the tweets. I'm like, why?
So that's where the education comes in.
Even with the education, like I feel like people want this.
With the education, it comes in a different aspect or diverse ways.
Are you sure?
Yes. Let me tell you something. You and I know for sure that some of our mothers have not been to school, right? But they gave us the best teaching ever. Best. If you have to stay home now, if not because we want to be speaking this dialect that we are speaking English, we want to be rattling in English, slanging in English, so that when you go out there, you might fit in. If our moms walk in here, they are going to be good. Nobody is going to tell them to go out. You know why? One, they knew how to carry themselves. Nobody taught them that. But now in school, you and I, we were taught that before we engage somebody, we have to deal with a formal way. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? No. Our mothers already taught us this. So now we have people who don't understand English. And when I talk about English, I'm not just talking about reading what you just read. There is a difference between reading and comprehending. Comprehension has to come with what you read. Do you really understand it? We are talking about defamation, slander. What have you? How many people know about defamation? You are defaming somebody. And look at what the blogger did. Total defamation. So we have people or his followers who are backing him up, right? Okay. So when he was allegedly arrested, no, he was even arrested. That's what we heard.
The police said they didn't arrest him.
Well, we don't know who took him. So I'm just using the word arrest. I'm not specifying on any service or arrest.
True.
You get it? So who arrested him? That's one thing to talk about. But now, those supporting him, did you bring him to book when he was doing that? You were throwing light to, hey, where did you get this information? Hey, you did go, Charlie, you do well. All these fans and stuff. But after he was arrested, who came on board or who came to on Twitter and said, why did you arrest him? He said the right thing. Give us facts, give us evidence so that we can go to court.
Now, I'm still wondering why people cannot sue him till date.
No, it's not. No, people have been suing him. But it does, yes.
But why isn't it coming out that this person has sued him?
I saw it on social media. I don't know if some of the bloggers did, which I know they did because I'm a blogger myself.
Just the habit of them.
It's fine. Kodo Forex. He's one guy into trading. Yes, he's one guy into trading. There was one time that Bongo said same things about his
yeah.
He sued him.
Yeah, I remember.
There is one girl too. She's also into forex. I'm forgetting her name. She also sued him. You know, it kept on going like that. But now, at all times, he has the guts.
Do you know why his particular case baffles me?
Mm-hmm.
He came on a show and he was made something like anti-cyberbullying ambassador or something like that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's gone back to his old ways. Then I'm like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like a month or after a month, and he went back, and now he has become worse.
Yes.
Than before.
Yes. The reason is that he's thinking that, you see, I spoke about the clicks. This is where he gets the clicks. Mm-hmm. If you are all going right, he has to go left. And trust me, if you are all going right and somebody tends to go left, all of us going right, we tend to look at who is going left. Yeah. You get it? So he is going that, because with Bongo, he schooled in JIJ, Ghana Institute of Journalism. You know, I know some of his friends. Some of his friends are my bosses or my friends. You know, so he is thinking maybe he's doing investigative journalism or something.
It's not.
Yes, because he's digging into people's life. What are you doing? Really not. Is that what you were taught in school? Is that the right thing to do? Is that the way to do it? Even if you're an investigative journalist, there is a way to do it. There is a way to go by it. You know, you don't just go saying everything raw like that. That's why I talked about professionals and non-professional. He has gone through school or training as a professional, but now he's acting unprofessional.
So it's deliberate.
Yes, it's a deliberate thing.
You think all bullies are deliberate?
Well, some section are not, but I'll say 95% are, because they really know.
70%.
Okay.
Because why I'm saying that, because see, when we were talking about like school stuff, I'm trying to make excuses for people in school. I just feel like most of them don't really know what they are doing.
Okay.
They are just they feel like they are having fun, but they don't know that their kind of fun is hurting like other people. Sure. That's why I'm saying like 70%, because let's give those people like excuses and say they don't really know what they are doing till like it affects them. Because when you watch movies, and I know movies might not be real life, but like they are stories from real life. Most of these bullies are very soft-hearted. Like they are the softest people. When you go close to them and be like, "Are you sure you're okay?"
But
then they start crying.
How long are you gonna go? How long are you gonna get close?
And how many people are you going to? How many of these bullies will you be able to go close to?
You're already scared of the person. True. So how do you maneuver your way or find your way to get closer to the person? Yeah. So you realize that the person has a soft heart.
That I believe that it has to do with like, upbringing and how you are able to treat, because sometimes even parents see their child picking on someone, then they laugh about it and they don't do anything about it. I remember when my daughter came to my daughter. I remember when my daughter came to report to me about like a bully in a school. Like I didn't go to the girl directly and say you are bullying my child or something. I made sure it was continuous. So when she came to report to me, then I went to like the girl and I spoke to the girl. I want the girl. Like, don't even come close to my child, because obviously this is what you are doing, and even though you are a child, if they're telling you to stop and you're not stopping, don't come close to my child, because I believe that she's seeing that's how they treat themselves at home.
Let me tell you something. You see with what the scenario you just gave, an example you just gave about your child and the other girl in school, it boils down to the education aspect. When we limit ourselves to only academics, as in telling them 1+1, whatever, English reading and
true. Because if the teacher had done, sorry to cut you, sorry. Because if the teacher, because I spoke to the teacher before going to the girl to speak to her directly. Because if I told her, the first time she told me, I asked her if she told her teacher, and she said yes. The second time she told, she can't keep telling you and you're not doing anything about it.
Yes.
So I had to step in and go to the child and say, don't come close to my child, because I don't want this kind of energy around my child, because it's obviously from the girl's house. That's how I see it. Yeah. Because if a child depicts what he or she sees at home. So if the child is not, where is the child learning that from?
That from, right.
She's a small girl.
Sure.
Where is she learning that from? So you see.
I get it. You see, like with your child reporting to the teacher too many times, or 1, 2, 3 many times, and the teacher might or maybe ignored it. We don't know, maybe ignored it.
She ignored it.
All right.
She actually left the school.
Okay, so you see, how what kind of relationship does the child or the kids in school have with their teachers? You know, and supposing you were not in Ghana, or you were not even closer to your child, how is your child going to handle that?
True.
The first person that will come to their aid is the teacher, as in the parents. Because in the absence of the parent in school, the teacher stands in to be the parent.
Yeah.
You get it? So now the child has gone to the teacher one too many times, and there is no audience to that. And you are not in town, or you are not even closer. How does your child report to you? And even if your child can get to you on phone to talk to you, how are you going to communicate to the other child, or how are you going to communicate to the teacher? You see, so this is how it has to be. I think it has to be implemented in our education system. You know, from infancy. Infancy is somehow like from primary. You know, because now
primary is too much, because they pick from my daughter is not even in class primary. 1. She's in like kindergarten.
KG yes. So you see.
Yeah, it starts from there.
Yes. So you see, if we start it from school, then it starts to come to our homes, so that our parents will be like, okay, we always have 5 minutes to tell our children, when you go to school and somebody tell you you're not nice, don't look at the person, just smile and go. When you go to school and somebody says, look at your bag, it's not nice.
You know, let's talk about body shaming. I know it's not our topic, but let's talk about body shaming a little. I have had my own share of body shaming. Have you?
Yes, I have.
Really, because you're a guy.
But just 2 parts of it, and I'll tell you about it.
Because I feel like it's linked to bullying in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, because let me explain. So you see, my legs are very skinny, and it's not skinny, but like a skinny.
Yeah, I get it.
And me, I never even thought that my legs were skinny, because in JHS I went to an Islamic school, and it was like we wear long dress, so maybe my friends at that time didn't see it. So when I was SHS, but in JHS I was wearing short dresses, but never mind. When I went SHS, and then my school mother gave me her uniform, and it was short. Everybody be like, no, Farida, go and put this dress down. It doesn't fit you. Go and put it down. See how your legs are skinny. It's like, go and remove it. Like, I felt so bad. And we changed our prep wear to trousers, and that was the worst.
Wow.
Everybody, still wear trousers. So when I was wearing dress, people said I shouldn't wear dress. Now I'm wearing trousers. Everybody's like, don't wear trousers, so it doesn't fit you. See how your legs is skinny. Like the trousers is just it's just like it was so. I felt so bad.
And trust me, if you're gonna leave it like that without not wearing anything, excuse me to say that, they're going to be like, what is this? Why not wearing anything? We can't look at this, you know. So it goes on and on and on.
I just felt like you guys, I'm sick of you. Like Form 1, Form 2, I wasn't myself, but like Form 3, I just said, I don't care. Like I'll wear it. I don't care. I don't care what you say. And my Form 3s were, I even went to cut it to show them that you cannot come and stress my life.
You get it. So you see, you have been able to come over it.
No, it affected me really.
Yes,
but like I'm just like
thousands of people out there. How did they overcome it?
You know.
You get it. Let me tell you about mine. You know, when we were in school or back in the days, like, they used to call me December head. You know what December head means? You see, you're surprised. You know what December head means? That means you have the biggest head.
Is that why you're wearing a cup?
No, that's my style.
Okay.
You know, but all the same, I don't have a smaller head too. You know, but they think my head is oversized more than how a normal head should be. And I don't know in their context or in their region how a normal head should look like. I don't know if there's a measurement for that or anything. But when they look at you, they just be like, you have a December head. So at some point, I become angry. I'll deal with this. But you know what happened? The turnaround was that now when we play football and I use my head to score.
Yeah?
Yes, I use my head to score. And they'll be like, yes. There is this footballer. I know Iman knows about him. He used to play for Man City. He was their captain from Belgium. He's called Vincent Kompany.
See how he has been able to redirect the conversation to football.
Oh yes, I want to bring in an example for you to see, so that after, if you go to check on Vincent Kompany, you get what I'm saying.
I will not check anything about
okay,
football.
I'll check it and see with you. You know, they said I look like that guy with his head, his physique, his aggressiveness, and everything. So anytime that I use my head to score a goal, they call me Kompany. They call me Kompany. You get it. So that's the turnaround. And I didn't know Kompany by that time. So I had to go back, look at who is Kompany, look at what he's doing. Be like, okay, I'm a footballer myself. So now that they are redirecting me to become somebody who is a footballer, a great person, then I adapt it. But with the December head,
yours got better.
Yeah, you know.
But mine didn't get any better till we left, even the last day.
You know, sometimes, yes, you know, sometimes it's like that. That's why I'm saying that you were able to overcome yours. What about the thousands of people?
To be honest.
Yes, but what about the 1,000 people out there?
Yeah.
How are they dealing with it? You know, people are there, break down. Who talks to them? Who do they go to? How do they overcome it? How do they even stay out of the internet? And look at our terrain now. We are all glued to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Just last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks, when the internet was just shaking like that, were you able to eat?
Oh, obviously.
No, I mean, how do you connect with the outside world? Because now we don't even have friends in the real life.
Yeah.
Our friends are all over on the internet, because there are some people that daily you would have to speak with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know how? Maybe you are into business of fields and stuff. Daily you'd have to give updates to your customers. You know, that channel, that's your channel of communication. You get what I'm saying? So it has been breached, or it has been tempered with for a week. How are you going to eat? Because you feel like now you're going to lose your customers, this and that. So how do you handle that? You know, so now that we don't have friends in person, who do you bath, take your bag, dress up nicely, I'm going to this my friend to go and sit to have fun with? We don't do that anymore.
Even if you do cry for the gram.
Mm-hmm. You see, I understand that perfectly, because you are a lady and I know what you mean by that. Oh yes, you see, let me tell you one thing about we the guys. Supposing if I don't know anybody, I don't know Emmanuel or anybody, we meet on the field or we meet at the stadium, we watch football, even with our differences. Hey, you are a Chelsea fan, I'm a Man U fan. After our argument and stuff, you're like, hey bro, what's up?
Yeah.
The next time we see, oh, Chelsea for Massa. But you know, with girls, you understand what I'm saying?
Let me talk to the person.
You get it. So with guys, these are some of the things we do. Yima can even have a girlfriend. The girlfriend will give him broken hearts. Yima goes through a lot. You're like, hey, Yima, Charlie, now you know the chop, oh, what they happen? You know the chop, what they happen?
But what is the broken hearts?
Hey, so you know what we do? Like, they won't mean they are fed, and so now you're like, if I eat your food today and tomorrow, you know I'm coming back, because if you don't eat today, I'll eat it. Tomorrow when I'm coming, you'll be like, Charlie, you might forget again. I mean, Baby, did you?
So yeah, tough.
You get it. So in that tough, now, let's go, Charlie. Let's go and watch football.
But aren't you the same guys who bully? Because most of these bloggers are male.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
There are female bloggers out there.
Well, most of them are male.
Well.
And how, like, I don't know, but like, how are men able to overcome bullying? Be it social media or like real life, because for women it's worse. Like me, like this, that's I'm saying that I'm not even talking to the girls again. Yeah. Like for a man, you might be talking to the guy, like he might be your friend or something. So like, how are you guys able to, you
know, with guys, as I cited an example to you earlier, we have so many things that bind us together. You know, I don't know of the...
Even when the person is being rude.
Yes. There is someone who can walk boldly to you and be like, Charlie, whatever that happened, Charlie, you forget him. Charlie, make go chop go bear. You see, these are guys.
Yeah.
And one way or the other, you might still have it within you that, no, you've not forgiven the person. But trust me, you come to forgive the person without not even noticing you've done that. Because there will be a series of activities that will go on. We are going out to play football. And off the records, there will be some time that you'll be like, Charlie, one time maybe you've told me that you like one girl, and now we are not in good terms, and I've spotted the girl with someone, or I've seen the girl looking very nice, and I'm like, hey, Charlie, I see that showing you. One way or the other, you be like, Charlie, you don't see him, but you come back to be like, Charlie, where did you see the girl? You see, so you even forgot that we even had a misunderstanding or what have you. And here is the case. You see on social media, what I have observed is that the guys that are bloggers or influencers or what have you, they are like always together. The moment you come at one or you come at some section of them, they all team
Are
up.
you trying to say that women are not together?
Women, on a scale of 100, I would say.
Don't do that.
All right. Okay, I'll give you 50. Look, let me tell you something. I'm a big fan of women empowerment.
The conversation is over. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Friday, let me tell you something. I'm a big fan of women empowerment. Anything that women does, I support it. Right from anything, I'm telling you, anything, trust me. When our auntie, our sister, our mother, Nana Banamo, when she was having her second edition of the Women of Valor, I was there. You know, and even on social media, I try to get into conversation with women, staff, and everything, because trust me, for me, they are the most important and the beautiful creatures this world has ever. No, I'm telling you the fact. You know why? The world is a woman. You know of that.
But I don't agree that, like, I know we are diverting, but I don't agree that women are not together. Even though there are some that try to, you know,
that's why I give you 50.
Do that. But I'll give us like a 60.
Okay.
I don't believe that.
Let me tell you something.
Even though, don't extend the conversation.
Right.
Even though I don't agree. So
okay,
yeah.
you know what we're gonna do? I totally agree with you. Is that fine?
Better agree with me.
Okay,
because if you agree with me,
yes, I do agree with you.
Yes, agree.
That's
with
very
me.
fine.
So yeah, he agrees with me.
Yeah, I do.
But which brings me to my question: do you think that women suffer bullying more than men?
Yes, 100%. 100%. You know why? Women do suffer a lot more than the guys. You know, with women, sometimes I don't want to say they are weak. No, I don't want to use that word. But in some cases, they are not too strong to stand up to things unless they have a guide. You know, they have a guide, they have somebody who would try to support them emotionally, and you know, like in all aspects, because that is when you have to have somebody you confide in, whether it has to be a lady friend, a guy friend, your boyfriend, your husband, your relative, anybody, you know, and you have to really pick from your circles who you choose to talk to on certain matters. But if you go out there to be like, okay, I'm facing this challenge today because somebody said to me that I'm ugly. See, there is one girl on the internet, on Twitter. I've forgotten her name. She's in Spain or somewhere like that. Is it something Valencia or something like that? I'll recall the name. She's my friend. But there are other guys that think that the girl always say things contrary to what they are saying. You get it? So they come at her. They don't go to what the girl have said or stated. Now they go to her. They try to bring up a monkey. Yes, a picture of a monkey. And they tell the girl that the girl really looks like this monkey, or she resembles the monkey. That's what they do, that comparison. How do you think this girl adapts to this? Or how do you think she stands to this bully? And this is not a thing that I'm saying. This is not something that I'm telling you that it happens only once. So if you go to her page, some even add her up or follow her just because to bully her. Because they come to the conversation, they look at the comment section, somebody is saying she looks like that. So now I go back to look at the picture, I look at it, does it correlate? If it does, then now I have to go back to the comment section, go and write whatever that I want to also write to what? Bully her. But meanwhile, you don't know where it started.
You think it also leads to insecurities?
Yeah, I think it does. It does.
Because me, I was into, you know, when we are children, they say, and if they are counting something, they say your mouth is big, your mouth is big. So I just grew up with I just grew up with that. I felt like my mouth was too big. So even if when everybody is putting on lip gloss, I won't put on lip gloss because I just felt like my lips are too big and won't be nice. So like one woman one makeup artist, like she did it and it was really nice. I was like, oh, my lips are not too bad. Let me just be doing it now.
Should I tell you something?
What?
Let me tell you, one of the actress that I love most and why I like her, Rita Dominic.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
a Nigerian actress.
Yeah.
She was down here in Ghana for the Women
Yeah, I know. This is better.
Yes. She has these lips that you are talking about. You know? And there was one question that was thrown to her at the event. Somebody asked her that how does she handle all this bullying about her marriage, and Rita doesn't respond to any of these criticisms on social media.
She doesn't care. Like, I like those kind of people.
Yes.
Like Nadia Buhari.
Yes.
You people have asked the questions, playing to you, where is your husband? You've not seen the face of she
does
doesn't
it concern you?
She'll just
yeah.
come and post.
That's
she
it.
Doesn't.
Yes.
I like her so much.
Yes.
She doesn't care. Like,
so you see, these are some of the people that we would have to pick as role models. We look at what they are doing, how they handle issues. So you don't always have to meet your role model in person before you dictate or live an example life to what they are doing. I don't think so. We all have people. Unlike me, I've always wanted to meet the CEO of EIB network here, Mr. Bolari. Yes, I've always wanted to meet him in person. Even though I've seen him sometimes like far away from me, but I really want to meet him like how close we are.
And do what?
You get to see that, or you get to hear that. I have like 10 questions I want to ask him. Yes.
Okay.
So you see, but you look at somebody like Bolari too. Do you think he comes to the social media, everybody likes him and stuff?
Yeah.
You see?
Nobody does. Hey, nobody does.
Yes, everybody does.
People don't.
Yeah. It's because the way of it's because how he carry himself. So it starts from there. That's the foundation. How do you carry yourself? So when you talk about Rita, you mentioned Nadia Buhari. We have a couple of people. Look at even our first lady of the land, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo. Look at how she carries herself.
She on social media.
She is.
But like, people are handling it for her. Like,
yes.
she's not it.
Even if she's handling it herself, she doesn't put out things that will just give you the front line to come and say anything.
Yeah, do you think that people post, like, what you post gives people the authority to come and talk their talk?
In some ways it does.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because me, I'm just living my life. It's not your business.
That's social media. That's why I told you that those places are unprofessionals. They can say anything. So you can just...
Sometimes it baffles me because you see someone, like, decent picture, you don't see anything wrong with the picture, but someone somewhere sitting down with the person's phone and his data will come and say something, and you're like, oh, before you now go and check the picture, then you say, I'm like, how did you even see this thing in the first place?
That's why
people dedicate their time to those things.
There are people who do that. They have all I'm glad you made mention of their data. It's their data. They bought it.
But it's my life, it's not your life.
Yes. So here is the case. That's social media.
You believe that it's my opinion, so I should come and put it under your post.
One way or the other, yes.
Anyway, let's conclude. Because if you say we are going to have this conversation, trust me, we will not end today.
No,
so let's just
with bullying, it's a whole big issue. It doesn't stop. Right from home, schools, workplaces, churches,
workplaces.
Yes.
We didn't even talk about workplaces.
It consists of everything. It consists of everything. There are some people, when you come to your workplace and they be like, hey, why are you even wearing this today? Last 2 days you wore this. Why? Like those kind of things. Even in an office room or in a conference room when you are having conversation or stuff and you want to make a submission or you give up your opinion and you see other people just talking to themselves. Yeah. Like, what is she really saying?
I did not say anything.
So this cyberbullying or even physical bullying happens everywhere. In our mosques, in our churches, everywhere. Have you ever been to a mosque? Okay, I don't know for the girls section though, but with the guys, in some parts of our sections, when you are in row and you come, there is somebody who will always say that this is where I stand always, so move back. In churches, you might be seated somewhere at all times. You maybe the person didn't come today, or the person might be coming late, so you end up being the first person to sit there at the spot. The person comes and somebody will be like, you know, how do you manage these things?
So it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, you know. But we have to
But
talk
like,
about
how
the
can
prevention.
we manage it? How not even manage it, prevent it, like eradicate it, like everything to just get it out of the system.
The honest truth is, eradication,
It's not possible.
It's not possible. But preventing it is possible. How do we prevent it? As we spoke in our presentation or submission earlier, you'd have to find or identify somebody that you have to talk to. I come to Farida, this is what I'm going through. You should understand who you are going to. Is this person really going to help me to get over what I'm going through?
So you not advise that we should face the person?
You get it.
Would you advise that we should face the person?
For your own good, sometimes I won't advise, unless you are that person that you know you can stand up for yourself. Because in some cases,
I feel like sometimes you should confront them all.
How do you do that?
Don't talk to me like that.
You see?
Don't say that about me.
It's going to be a back and forth thing.
But sometimes, hey, we don't know. We should be teaching karate in school. Yeah, you do that now. Just give it to you.
Farida, you know something? When you talk about that, I think that's just to defend yourself.
Violent.
No. I won't say that. Not violent. I won't say that. But if it's going to just be a back and forth thing, and you implement karate inside, madam, you're going to bring somebody
back and forth. But like, you see, sometimes if you stand up to like for yourself, sometimes it works. So if you've tried if you've tried some alternatives and it doesn't work, just stand up to the person and tell the person that, look, what you do is not nice and I don't like it.
It is a process.
A process.
Yes, it is listen. It's a process to get there, asking to stand up to the person, to talk to the person. It's a process, trust me. The process is that now that somebody is bullying you, right? The bully is almost over you. Like, how should I even put it? Like, he's more than his energy or his power is more than yours. You get, so whatever that you come up with, he's always going to overpower you. So now you speak with somebody, your teacher, your parents, your close friends. So now they will find a way to go about it. That's the process. So now they build you up. They be like, Farida, who is saying your nose is big or your nose looks like KLM's tail? Forget about. Do you know KLM? That's an airplane. So they try to enforce and they try to build you up with confidence first.
I get you. I understand you perfectly. You are right. But sometimes you think that you are perfect, like you know you are very confident. One person will come and say something that will hurt you, and it will not get away. So I understand when you say you have to self-love, blah, blah, blah. I'm confident, I'm this, I'm beautiful. But sometimes, just sometimes, it doesn't work.
How do you think we have to go about it? With the karate style?
See, karate style or no karate style, if someone says we should be able to, for me, we should teach people that you have to be nice to people. That's how we are going to manage all these things. But if you say, oh, self-love, self-love, blah, 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 but still, someone will just say, you've not seen people like, they are okay with their figure, they are like, they actually charge themselves. But just someone will just say something, and they will not take it to heart too, but they will put it at the back of their head, and you see that person one day changing his teeth, changing his smile, changing his this, changing his this, because one person under his comment section or one person in real life said this. You've not seen some before.
But let me tell you something. That's why I said we can only prevent it, but we can't stop it, because it's never gonna stop.
But we have to, like, if we start from our children, like what I was talking about my daughter.
Yes, that's managing it. That's managing it. You get it? That's managing it, because it's one aspect, and that's the bigger aspect, managing it. So because if you manage it, that's when you come to the conclusion, like, okay, now whatever that they say, I don't give a damn about it. Do you get it? Look, there are celebrities.
How do we come to that realization that whatever anybody says about me, I don't care?
Let me cite an example to you. You see that incident of Nanaba, when it happened about Nanaba was there and stuff, when she had her picture in Manchester United.
Oh yeah.
That thing. Up till date, Nanaba is being loved by many. You know, I'm always on her page because I like her. I'm always there 2 to 3, 4 times in a day. I have to go and check whether she has posted something or fine. Boy. Yes, I do that because she engages me sometimes, so it's fine. So she always go through this, but how does she manage it? Because back then, when she was going through that, how do you think she managed it? Did she come out to bully people as well? No. She took it upon herself with her family or friends that could give her the positive and good energy to go and leave that thing outside the box because it's not helping her. She has to grow from where she was picking up. You know, up till now, where Nanaba has got into, there are people that bring that 14 years or 15 years or 10 years or 7 years bully back to her page again. Do you think she's going to respond to that?
No, hell no.
Good. So she's managing it, but she can't prevent it because there are a chunk of people that are there that are going to be like, hey, and Nanaba was there again.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to manage it, but to prevent it, then that means anytime you put something out there on social media, close up your comment section. And you wouldn't wonder because sometimes you want people's opinion.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's it. We have to manage it.
Okay, Omisha, I think that we should teach our kids so that they'll grow up to be better people in the future.
Sure.